So it's been about a year since I've made a video on this player named Dark Elf. But we found him like 4 or 5 years ago when I was just spectating Louis the Legends. And it was pointed out to me that this eco, this very SimCity style eco, was sorted in a very special way. This player always does the same build every time. The farms are spaced perfectly up against the houses. There's always female villagers on the farms. The male villagers are elsewhere. And he's usually obsessed with his base building, his relic collections, and lots of infantry. So anyways, I hadn't seen him in a while. It's been 11 or 12 months since we saw Dark Elf. And so I wanted to see what he was up to. Played a couple games this week, played a lot of games this week. And so this game right here was the first game that I've seen from Dark Elf in a year. Ladies and gents, the Legend of Dark Elf is back. Sorry, we're going 2x speed. Dark Elf is one of the most unique players I've ever seen in the game. I've made many videos on him in the past. So if you don't know what you're getting into here, I highly suggest the early ones, especially because when we discovered this, it blew our minds. But he's a very particular player. He plays a very specific way. He builds his houses in a box. This is all pre-planned, so his farms are spaced perfectly. He will also sort out his economies later. There's a lot of different things. But anyways, he was gone for months. Started playing again recently. So I just downloaded this game. I haven't seen this game. And you can see by the chat at the bottom right YouTube that I'm also showing everyone live this Dark Elf game. And it seems like he's obsessed with one of the new civs, the Armenians. So maybe the DLC brought him back. But we got Dark Elf playing as the Armenians here in the red. We've got Buggy playing as the Goths. And they're just around 800 elo. So that's pretty good these days. Way better than it was many years ago. Goths, the infantry spamming civ. That can be really dangerous to play against. And Armenians, not a civ that people really play as much. Okay, so I'm going to go down the list right now before certain things happen. I'm going to go through my Dark Elf checklist, okay, of things I remember that he does. So, first thing is, he will only fit farms in a space where it touches a building. There will never be any blank space between a farm and a building. So these houses already are planning for the farms, okay? You'll see what I mean. I would be shocked if he doesn't do it anymore. The second thing he'll do, and he doesn't do it right now because you can't control what you get, and obviously you need to have good eco, but he will actually sort his villagers. He'll put the female villagers on farms, and he'll put the male villagers on wood and golden stone. And he's pretty particular about that. And I remember the first time I found it, someone in chat was like, yeah, is he doing that? And I was like, there's no way that's intentional, right? And then I looked, and he's played 5,000 games, and that's what he does. All right, that's what he does. So that'll probably happen later. I remember doing that when I was like 8, but, you know, I guess no judgment. He likes to make quad buildings, so it's like a box of like barracks, a box of stables, a box of archer ranges. He is not a player who rushes up with like fast feudal and goes for any normal strategies whatsoever. His whole base will be boxed, and then it will be like monastery in the corner. He'll make one gate. Usually it's just one gate. And he loves relics. Like, he's utterly obsessed with relics. And if the game goes late enough, he'll actually make a wonder in a ranked game. I'm not kidding. He'll actually make a wonder in the back of his cute little base. So basically, he's a massive SimCity player who happens to play 1v1 ranked. And, okay, well, he's got the foragers out here. Is this auto scout from him right now? Let's see. Auto scout? No, it seems like manual scouting. Okay. But yeah, let's see. I mean, he just came back to the game. We'll see if he changes his ways and how things go. Blue's over here. Blue's going for what seems to be pretty standard build-up so far. Bringing in the boars. Couple on wood. Going to berries. Building the houses as part of a wall is all really smart stuff. So Blue's had a really nice start so far from what I can see. Has anyone watching ever played against a legend before? And been like, oh no, or even, oh yes, I know what this person does. Or like anyone I've made a video on before. Has that ever happened? Because I've made enough videos where I wonder if people ever get into a game against the player and then just completely know what they're going to do. Someone says I got into a game against Ace of Emeralds once. Was that when Ace of Emeralds was doing his Ace of Emeralds thing, though? Someone says you can control what you get out of your TC. See my previous message. Well, I can't see your previous message, so you're gonna have to previous message the previous message. All right, so let's see what happens when the farming starts. Okay. He's going fast feudal. Look, he literally just pulled. He literally realized the mistake. Look. Look at the distribution here. He had 2 Melvilles on the berries. He pulls them off. He had these guys over here. He pulls them off. He's making a plan here, people. These ladies are going to be farmers. And he's going to have them wait to build the farms till after horse collar, is my guess. Now, what this base will end up looking like is just an absolute masterpiece. At least from what I remember. But yeah, this is much faster than I thought he would go to feudal. This is probably just the rush the techs, right? Is he going to get rushed? Like, the reason Dark Elf is normally around 700 or 800 elo is because he doesn't make any early army. So there's enough people who will make early army around there who will pressure him early, and then he's like, nope, I'm out of the game. I'm out of here. But he may have adapted his play. It's been a bit. This barracks is way earlier than I remember. I do remember him making 4 in a box right outside the walls. Okay. Goes for the wood upgrade. Makes a lot of sense. Efficiency's kind of weird with a couple villagers around there, but that happens. I'm expecting horse collar to come in. Didn't happen yet. I'm a little surprised. We've got the house. We've got the blacksmith. Still no farms. Maybe waiting for the straggler trees to be gone first. Meanwhile, blue is on gold. Blue is making militia. Like, blue is you know, gonna actually play into some army here. Dark Elf is making farms. Just got horse collar, and now is starting the farms. Okay. So here we go. This is where it begins. I'm a little surprised, like, where's Blue's militia? Oh, they're over here. Oh, Blue is 2 barracks. Wow, okay. I thought I just couldn't see the militia behind the trees or something. Does Blue know where the enemy is? Why, yes, he does. He's arrived to Dark Elf's economy. He sees the TC, and Dark Elf is dropping a market there already. Now, I'm actually concerned, guys. Think of the farm spacing. Does the market not affect the farm spacing here? I feel like the market is 1 tile further in from the houses. This doesn't feel like it's perfect, but I'm going to trust him because he's the visionary here. He'll delete the mill. Okay, I could see that. Blue's going to have 7 man-at-arms. Is this not just going to be over? Like, this is exactly the scenario where Dark Elf typically loses if you rush him. So, yeah, I didn't see the game. Blue's gonna go up to 10 now? Like, I guess Blue could make a mistake and run into the TC. The nice thing about this is the villagers are just gonna finish the berries here. Okay, so they finish it. And now they're farmers. Well, no, they're gonna go take deer. There are the men-at-arms. Dark Elf sees it. Here comes Blue, chasing the vills. That would be a town center Blue, be careful. Town bell from Dark Elf. Some of the villagers get shot. And we have men-at-arms from Dark Elf. So Dark Elf is going to try and defend this, as he is now getting attacked. This is the most GG for Dark Elf situation I've ever seen in my life. You're ruining his Sim City. He's not going to want to play this. This is just over, right? Well played from Blue. Really well played from Blue. Really, like, his farming eco isn't great, of course, but he's built up a lot of army. And Dark Elf sells his stone to get a bit of gold, I guess. And Dark Elf in a panic right now. He saw this villager almost go to wood. He said, nope, you're coming back with me. Thank you. You're going to be a farmer. But Blacksmith is going to go down. Like, Blue has ruined the SimCity big time. Blue is gothing hardcore and not stopping. Dark Elf still playing. Oh, man. Blue, this is how you ruin a Legend's fun. What are you doing? You're an anti-legend. We're ruining our SimCity fun. Try hard. I'm just kidding, Blue. It's not like, obviously, you're playing to win. So I'm not actually upset with you, even though I am. Well, the mill's been deleted. It's going to be Man-at-Arms from Dark Elf, maybe a couple archers, but he doesn't really have golds. And Blue is at 22 Man-at-Arms and not stopping, and still only has, 3 minutes of idle TC time. I've seen worse. Lumberjacks are going to leave the wood now with the mule cart for Dark Elf. And he's going to lure Blue into the TC, but Blue's not making any mistakes. And Blue continues to make more Man-at-Arms as well. Holy. The Red's Men-at-Arms are getting a couple kills here, but there's not enough army. And so Dark Elf runs. I mean, this would have to be a throw of just seismic proportions for Blue if Blue loses this game. Dark Elf is going to be housed. Dark Elf's eco efficiency is horrible. Blue, you could maybe take a break here or there for your Blue, pull some vills off wood, build some farms. But I mean, this is more than enough. He's destroying Dark Elf's pretty little town, and he won't build houses anywhere else. Ooh, this is fun, actually. Dark Elf, I've never seen him build houses anywhere but a place like this. So he's forced to build his houses like this. He's making the new line. Guys, it is a sign of a true legend that when you're getting attacked and you're going to lose, you don't deviate from the plan, right? A lot of people are like, okay, well, I got to play for real now. No, this is his for real. This is how he plays. Here are the Lumberjacks, by the way. And then there's going to be some stone miners. So I think he just completed the longsword upgrade. But he doesn't have... Oh, he does have a barracks. Okay. I mean, you can make longswords from feudal. Dark Elf's still always queuing villagers very nicely, I have to say. But the efficiency's not great. And now the barracks is going to go down. Blue loses the scout. B Medics is... If you queue one vill at a time, you see what queued, and then you can unqueue and do it again until you get what you want. It's a lot of clicking, but it can be done. Okay, so you can basically just like Q1Q to change the villagers. Well, barracks is down. I feel like maybe we should leave. But I don't want to because I'm appreciating the fight from Dark Elf. This is gonna get bad. Like, Blue is gonna longsword down Dark Elf's TC in the next stage. So this is just over. Houses are going down. The barracks does kind of break the rule, doesn't it? It does kind of break the Dark Elf rule a little bit. But poor Dark Elf getting brutalized here by the Goths. Type a 1 in chat if you hate the Goths and you can relate. Type a 2 in chat if you really like Blue for this. There's two different types of people. Okay, gonna build the market back in the same spot. Lots of idle time. He is pop capped, so he cannot make more long swords. And, okay, he's gonna make the houses down here. Still wants to win. Still wants to win. The SimCity's not gonna work today. So you gotta try to get the win. Oh, boy. Blue's a maniac. Blue's gonna build all sorts of buildings on the front. And yeah, Blue should just get longsword now. I mean, the gloves are off now. You have Dark Elf building houses somewhere else. What have you done to the poor guy? And he clicks Castle Age. I mean, in theory, if you go... He does have gold as well. In theory, if you have two-handed swordsman in Castle Age against longswords, you can win. He does have more vills because he's done a great job always producing. But 10 of them are idle. Blue... No eco upgrades, too. Blue must be a player who's... Blue feels like a player who came from, like, StarCraft or something to me. I don't know enough about StarCraft to make that assessment. But, like, full aggro, no eco upgrades. Really good unit control. Long swords, though. Bro, T90, really? Bro, yeah. I remember, I forget who it was, someone who came to Age of Empires from StarCraft initially, and they just mained Goths, and they just spammed units all the time. Yeah, Blue's going to bake a bunch more houses, so the population cap doesn't happen anymore. And, I mean, Dark Elf does have, he does have 10 longswords in queue. But now Blue has longsword as well, so it's like, congratulations, you're on longsword. I've matched you. But, like, Blue doesn't have any eco upgrades, and Blue doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades, which is kind of a big deal. So if Blue doesn't know about that, maybe there's a chance. There's no way. Suggestion for Blue would be, the first thing you open up with is maybe some Rams in Castle Age. That would have been a really nice play here, so you could take down the buildings even faster. Obviously, like, a second town center and a third TC to get even more vills for even more resources would be great. I don't understand how it is 38 vills versus 40 right now. I just don't. I guess Dark Elf hasn't lost any vills. And Dark Elf snipes a vill there. So still hasn't lost any vills. And he killed one. And Blue's just got to loop these longswords around to fight the main army from Dark Elf. Another market from Dark Elf, which, notice it's in a spot where the farm would touch the market. So he's still sticking to the rules. I like how I say the rules. And it's going to be elite skirm and then some archers here from Blue. And Blue's just attack, attack, attack. And now we've got two-handed swordsmen. I think my stream is still live, right? I think we're still good. My power flicked off, so my battery backup is on. So I think we're still good. I mean, this obviously saved Dark Elf big time, and so did this. The sneak wood, the sneak gold has saved him. He's gonna have two-handed swordsmen in castle. Okay, my power's back. Blue losing a bunch of units to the TC. No, there's no way, dude. There's no way. Don't tell me Dark Elf has a chance here. Oh, he's going to drop a castle. Again in a spot where the farms would fit perfectly. Okay. Composite Bowman could be good. Does he house wall? No. Blue wants to stop this castle desperately. But the TC's garrison with 10 vills. So we'll kill a lot of these units. And, well, I mean, Dark Elf loses some units too, which isn't great. He's pulled off of all of his food, so he can't produce anything more. But the castle will go up. And he stands a chance at least. Okay. I mean, Blue, you just gotta boom, my friend. You've been so aggro. You've been so aggressive. Just relax, dude. Just relax. He's got a lot of archers still in queue here, which I think he might have forgot about. Just go home, add some farms. Just get some eco. You're good, man. You're good, Blue. Dark Elf making composite bowman now. Dark Elf, maybe. Look, he's pulled. Like, at times of great stress, he's still pulling the female vills off the wood, over to the farms. Getting them where he feels they should be. Dark Elf is luring Blue into the castle. Time and time again. Like, the castle is 12 kills. The TC is 32. And now you do have blue booming more. 2 TCs, adding farms. But no eco upgrades or blacksmith upgrades whatsoever. Clearly a player... Like, I think blue in 3 months will be 200 elo higher. Would you guys agree? Like, he's really, really good in terms of the gameplay aspects. Making the army, producing the eco behind is pretty good. But, like, longsword is probably one of the worst things to all in with someone with. And you got to get some eco upgrades. Eco and blacksmith upgrades are really important, and you learn that over time. So, composite bowmen are actually really good here, though, because they ignore armor. And, I mean, blue doesn't really have that much army to work with. Composite bowmen are good against Huskarls, too, which I think might be the plan for Goths against archers normally. Dark Elf, obsessed with the relics, built the monastery in the back. Is going to make some warrior priests to probably try and snag some of the other relics. And, yeah, it's at 33 vills, blue's at 50. Oh, wait, eco upgrade check from blue. Okay, so it's like he heard us. So blue snags a couple eco upgrades. That's good. Very, very good for blue. Not so good for dark elf. I actually think going something like cav archers would maybe be the play for goths, because I don't know if you want to go huskarls against the composite bowman. Dark Elf wants that relic so badly. But blue still has the army around. Dark Elf was dazed. Dark Elf was confused. But even though he couldn't get his Sim City on, he's still kind of okay. And this will be relic number 2 for him. Because you start with the free relic, right? And here's relic number 3. What? That's Auto Scout, by the way. Auto Scout's been doing work this whole game. Blue's still running back, falling back to his base. And Dark Elf could grab relic. He can pretty much get all the relics because he sees all the relics right now. Okay, so like she's on gold right now. We'll see if she sticks around there. I always joke that like Dark Elf's economy balance must be better some games than others because, again, you can't... Like, technically, you could, like, cancel... Oh, he brought them from the gold! He brought them from the gold! He's going back to his strat now! He's going back to his strat! Okay, so they were over on the gold, and they come in here for the relics, for the farms now. Also, where did she go? She's gone. So she went to a farm as well. This is Dark Elf, man. And notice how the farms always touch a building, right? They always touch a building. There's always proper spacing. When he placed this castle in a panic, he placed it in the proper spot so it would still fit. Yep, there goes that ville. Nope, gotta snag her, make a farm. All right. He's got 3 relics. He's about to get 4. He's about to get 5. He's gonna get 6. He's gonna have all relics. Blue's got 70 vills. But yeah, also there's a question of what army you make right now. Remember I said the quad barracks too, right? He wanted to build 4, he just never had the time. Poof. Have we ever had T90 Dark Elf challenge for T90 Trolls? I want to see T90 attempts to beat someone with this. Yeah, I did, but then chat kept yelling at me because Dark Elf is too particular. Like, I would have a vill on my woodline and I wouldn't fix it, and then chat would get angry. So, it is a good challenge, though, to try and go full Dark Elf. It's been a long time since I've seen him play, so this is a good reminder of what he does. But usually he doesn't attack in Castle Age at all. He doesn't, like, he's not pushing out, I don't think, because he's not fully prepared. Is he actually gonna win this game? Blue's making ranged units. Now, this is what would be a worry for Dark Elf. The crossbow and skirm choice. Like, why did he not quit? Okay, what did he delete there? He deleted the barracks because that's not the right spot for it. Yep, and then I remember he deleted the mills. He's got to make a new mill now. And he's going to make his new houses. And eventually we got to get a castle. And this is, I think this is where he'll build his gate. He always makes one stone gate. How much stone is a stone gate, guys? Can someone remind me the amount of stone? Isn't it 45? If it's 45, it's 30. Okay, well, he's got enough. There should be a university. Oh, there is one. I don't think he typically builds a siege workshop. All right. But Blue probably doesn't fully understand how this game isn't over yet. But Blue should go imp here. And I think prioritizing ranged units combined with infantry is the key. I think full infantry is a little dangerous. But you could still go for hand cannons. Okay, there's the gate. See, a lot of people would go full wall to the edge of the map, but he always goes in like a rectangle. Always. I found him 3 years ago. I think this is maybe another castle corner. I don't know what that space is for. Blue's going to drop a castle. Blue might go imp soon. Blue's going to push an imp before Dark Elf is ready. Possibly. But yeah, let's see. Are there any mistakes? Nope. Nope. Perfect amount of farms. Bills are distributed as Dark Elf pleases. Don't know why I hesitated. That's a lot of composite bowmen on the way. There's not a fourth barracks though. All his miners are male, bro. Yeah, to the people who just now found out about Dark Elf, this is Dark Elf. Like, I was just coming back to see if he's still doing the same thing because he just returned to the game. Still doing the same thing. Never adds a second TC, ever. It's always one TC. And it's super low idle TC time because he does such a great job of producing bills. But Blue, man, this is going to be a game. This is going to be... Blue is like, he's on the clock somewhat because Dark Elf doesn't actually have 6 relics, but he's got 5 and it could be 6. Dark Elf's still setting up his town. Blue is going to be in. Blue can make trebs. Blue can get tons of upgrades, but Blue's still lacking ranged upgrades for the crossbowman. I just don't think Blue understands upgrades like Dark Elf does, at least. Does Dark Elf make siege? Nah, it's normally infantry. Infantry and archer. And in terms of his town setup, he typically has castles on the corners. And then he will make a wonder in the very back. I'm not kidding. If he doesn't get pressured enough, he will build a wonder because it looks cool. Obviously, you can't win with wonder victory in ranked, but who needs 1,000 stone, 1,000 gold, and 1,000 wood, you know? 6th relic is going to come in for him as well. So now he's got that. He's a little bit of a completionist, so he will get all the text. Probably missing some texts, of course. Like maybe bloodlines, I guess he's missing. And Blue's going to build up more racks. Blue's collected more res. Blue has no relics, though. And Blue is now an imp. Dark Elf has not clicked yet. But that's a warning sign for him. Maybe he will click up to imp now. And, oh, he's going to build 4 more barracks. Okay. So he's going to box up the barracks. Can't go imp before murder holes, guys. Got to get murder holes. Ooh, wait. That farm... Okay, he's going to... Pause. Okay. He's going to... You see what happened there? He lined up the farm, and then there was a gap. So he deleted it. I guarantee you he's going to build 2 more houses there. Guaranteed. Or he has to build a building there so there's not a gap, right? I don't know what it's going to be exactly. But he clearly was like, nope, that's not good. We need to fix that. I think it's just going to take time. The builder's going to get there. Now, I'm trying to think about the spacing with the farms. Farms to the left of this farm are fine. To the house. So I think everything might fit fine in here. I'm wondering if there's going to be gaps. Okay. We have champion now. Yeah, so you'll have champion. I assume Dark Elf knows about the unique tech for Armenians. That is crazy good. The 100 HP champions are no joke. The Armenian army, guys, is actually really cheap. Yep, there's the new houses. Like, champion with supplies, and then composite bowman. It's all not expensive compared to a lot of other units. So you can build up a lot of army. And then with 100 HP on the champion, it's actually quite strong. How do you even fight this? It's too beautiful to attack. Well, I mean, blue did. And Dark Elf actually managed. Blue's catching up on text. Blue is making a treb. Blue is 60 more villagers. I mean, villagers are king, right? Like, even above relics. You look at res collected, it should still be a massive lead for blue, right? It's not as massive as you would think with a 60 villager difference, though. How in the world are we still here? Feels like blue is going to try and fight with a couple trebs, and that might actually decide the game. Well, it depends if Dark Elf will push back. He might just clear up the army and then back away. 29 farms. He's space for more. Space for more farms. Doesn't the base look freaking amazing? The base looks freaking amazing, bro. It looks so freaking cool. Famous just got here, says this is legendary Dark Elf. Yes, he's still doing the same thing. He's still doing the same thing, but you missed the early parts of this game. This game has been nuts. Ooh. Is this not a flaw here? Or does that... I think there's a flaw in the spacing with the farms. Or can he fit three more there? I shouldn't criticize the great Dark Elf. Blue's gonna get champion. Blue's got Huskarls. Blue has elite Huskarl. Blue doesn't have a lot of ranged upgrades for the range units, but blue is Goth, so he's probably thinking infantry spam. No unique tech for either. Well, no, that's not true. Anarchy is in for Buggy, so Buggy can spam the Huskarls from the barracks. Buggy needs more houses. Buggy's going to drop those houses now. And yep, I was right. This is the castle spot. Okay, so yep, always castle. Towards the corners, one stone gate. It's so funny, dude. It's so freaking funny. It's like, guys, if you lost to someone who built their base up like this, would you kind of hate yourself in the moment? I feel like if you're like sweating the whole time and like just trying your best and not caring about how your base looks at all, and then you look at this afterwards, you might get a little annoyed. Ooh, there's a treb. Dark Elf's army is nuts. Great blacksmith upgrades. 55 composite bowmen. Okay, hand cannons is a great choice. It's only out of 2 ranges, but if he can get 16 hand cannons and 10 skirms with bomber cannons too, this could be really good. Big fight. 200 pop for both, almost anyways. And the champions and composite bowmen are going to take the shots for the treb. Here we go. Now, composite bowmen shred armor, and that's the strength of Huskarls. Not necessarily the strength of champions, but the range units for Dark Elf are significantly stronger here, right? Composite bowmen are king. Now, the treb did go down there for Dark Elf, but he wins this fight. Now, will he continue on underneath? These crossbows are doing 1 damage a hit. Maybe 2 or something. It's not 1, but it's not a lot. And Dark Elf, he's going to push back underneath the castle. He's going to take the treb. So he does continue on underneath the castle. And he's just shredding everything. And blue probably just can't believe it. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Like, his whole base was disrupted. And then he got it back to good shape. I've always said it, right? Dark Elf, if he didn't have these little weird quirks, he'd be way above 800 elo. There's no doubt about it. But it does hold you back to have to play that way. It kind of almost plays like an AI. He doesn't care about the castle. Sends in 1 ram. The composite bowmen are shredding, though. Who says composite bowmen suck? They're great. At least for now. Oh, warrior priests? Snipe the bombard cannon? That's kind of funny. And yeah, he's just sitting underneath the castle. No micro whatsoever as he produces more champions and brings in more rams. And, I mean, blue is kind of running out of ideas here. Again, I think the range units are great, but blue wasn't able to get them out. What in the world was that, dude? And then blue looks back over. Blue won't get to see what this base would have looked like. But it would have been 8 ranges on the front, castle on the corner. Nice, pretty looking base for Dark Elf. What a comeback. I don't even like... That's a crazy comeback, even if we're not watching this because it's Dark Elf. That's crazy to me. He left with these vills. I guess, you know, he did break some Dark Elf rules. He had to build the houses here. He left with the vills to find the gold as well, and he just held on. Now, I do think blue is going to be really embarrassed by this. I think people who know a little bit more about the game are maybe a little critical of blue here, you know, in terms of finishing it off when you have a lead. But Armenians are a crazy good matchup against the Goths. There is that. And I do think blue just lacked some upgrade knowledge. In that situation, when you know the opponent has composite bowmen and has champions, I would say go for lots of ranges, lots of hand cannons and skirms, and you actually avoid infantry, but that's just very unnatural. And you think of how people play the Goths. I'm sure Buggy picked the Goths, played maybe 100 games with the Goths. It's always reliant on infantry. And there's a lot of situations where their infantry is better for the other side, but you could still spam infantry and win as the Goths. But holy cow, guys. He's still doing it. He's still doing it. Now, he didn't really have as much time to build up his base, but let's look at the farms again. Looks like he can actually fit 3 more farms there. So it would be a total of 38 farms. The castle would go up. The ranges would go up. I don't know if he would plan to delete houses later on for another castle or what. But yeah, this is pretty much Dark Elf's thing. 4x4x4 with the buildings, castles on each corner. And every single game, regardless whether he wins or loses, he does this. And he's played thousands, but he was gone, and he's back now, dude. He's back. People want more Dark Elf games right now? I mean, like, I could speed through a game. Guys, if you've seen one Dark Elf game, you kind of know what's coming next. 2. It's not like there's going to be a surprise. Okay, so Dark Elf was 800 on this one, too. And he's up against 835 elo. Let's do it. I'll do it for the extra content, chat. Okay, so this is bonus Dark Elf content because people here are obsessed with Dark Elf and are really excited to see it again. Dark Elf has his way of building his houses and his farms and his whole base. This is Gold Rush, though. So if he avoids the middle and doesn't build TCs in the middle, he could die. Let's see. We're going to speed up and just zoom through and enjoy this game on super fast speed. Thank you, Kindred, Denny's, Izuro, 3 miles up, Kettle Punch. I see you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Jolly Storm. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, support's been great. So, opponent of Dark Elf here, Arzani. I think I covered Arzani before. That name rings a bell, playing as the Teutons. So it's 800 elo. We could maybe see scouts. It's not quite at that elo where we see very well-timed scout rushes. But we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Dark Elf. See how he wants to set up his base. This is because my Twitch chat begged me. Basically. I'm prone to pressure. So. Already mill goes up. The mill would fit perfectly for 2 farms. You have to think about that. Dark Elf goes up. Did he not go up at 21 pop last time? I'm pretty sure he did. And then he ends up sorting out the villagers to build the farm soon after this. Male villagers on wood, check. Yep, brings another one of these over. Female villagers on berries, check. Male builder, check. And then when he gets the resources for the farms, these villagers will all become farmers. Their whole life is planned already. Blacksmith. We'll see a market too at some point. A couple more houses. This is, yo, the spacing here is sick, actually. With the way this base is set up, he might go to the edge of the map. I'm really curious if he does the backside of houses now. All right, Bob the Builder builds, and now we got the farms. All right, what's Blue doing? Poor Blue never watched the videos. I'm sorry to laugh. Okay, so I'm laughing because we know that Dark Elf always plays super defensive and never attacks. But Blue is like, oh my god, 800 Elo's aggressive. And so he's making towers, which is a great strat. Like, it's not a bad strat at all as Teutons. But he's scared of an attack when his opponent never attacks at all. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. So both players are going to be defensive then. Oh, don't let them chop trees, Dark Elf. What are you doing? He's breaking the rules. He's going for the barracks. Now he's dropping the farms. And Blue's going to stroll into town. I think Dark Elf's chasing that scout right now, though. And all right. Got Man-at-Arms, and we have Armor researched by Dark Elf, who I don't think is actually going to make anything. Getting his farm set up. I think he's just going to make the barracks because that's what he does, you know? Guys, look at Dark Elf's idle TC time. 5 seconds. That's actually insane. So again, he's really talented. He plays kind of like there's auto villager queue or something. And did Scout just die? What happened? Scout just died for Dark Elf in Blue's base underneath the TC. Okay. Blue did see the base, but he didn't get the full picture. And Blue's going to make knights. So Blue's going to attack with knights and crossbow. That's a lot of barracks to run into, though. And Dark Elf is Armenian, so he can get pikemen in Feudal Age. Yo, look at the base. It looks so cool. Oh, and he's going for army flood in the middle. Whoa, okay. All right. How many farms? 24. 24 farms for Dark Elf. Here comes the attack. Oh, that's a big attack. Crossbowmen. And also knights. That's a nice combination here with good upgrades for Blue. But Dark Elf has the production close by. Oh, that's really bad for Dark Elf. That's really bad. He's got to run. So you can see at this elo, like, people make some army, they really attack. And so now Dark Elf he was pushed off of wood. He has to relocate. Lost 14 vills. And Blue could maybe take the middle now. Remember, Dark Elf wants relics eventually, too. And he's going to rely on the composite bowman. Runs away here. Composite bowman, again, could be pretty good here. Like, but that's because Teutons have the extra armor. I think crossbow could still be an issue in Castle Age, and okay, clears that up. Blue's imping, though. Yeah, Blue, like, this game is, like... that was amazing. Dark Elf's got to find all of his farmers now amongst the lumberjacks to pull them back to the farms, which must be such a pain. This is where I would give up on it, but he's clearly, you know, fixed that. Blue's got gold in the middle. Blue's making knights. Blue's making Teutonic knights. Blue's got a 17 villager lead. And Dark Elf continues to place the castles, get the relics. Just do the Dark Elf things. Oh, another TC! Ooh, okay, so that's new. I mean, I remember him doing it a couple years back. The farming eco is still in the farming area, you know? I didn't know that lions attacked warrior priests. Is that new? I guess, is that because they're infantry? Anyways, Dark Elf's trying to get the relics. This guy's going to stroll through town and die trying to get the other relic. Lion is still attacking the warrior priest. Farms are getting good for Dark Elf. Dark Elf 4 relics, but like no gold in the middle, man. Blue should go Siege Onager. Blue should have won this game already. I think Blue is gonna camp because Blue wants to have fun. And Blue doesn't want to... Blue's like, I've got such a massive lead because of the score. Blue is just chilling right now. Is gonna send in a Cavalier maybe to see what's going on. But yeah, Siege Onager. Siege Onager, Bombard Cannon, Paladin, all these things are possible for Blue. Look at those. Look at this base, though, guys. It looks so cool. 45 farms. And they all fit perfectly. With no empty spaces. I love how he still made the back wall. He still had to make the back wall. He wouldn't allow himself to go to the edge of the map. That's so funny, dude. Blue finds that stone that Dark Elf was trying to take. And Paladin is in. Blue's had a really nice game. You basically, you know, if you apply enough pressure to Dark Elf when he's trying to SimCity it, he's going to have some problems. Dark Elf's going to go Cavalier, Halb. Dark Elf has more Vills, by the way. Don't ask me how. I think at this point, he has started to farm outside of his base. So he's expanded beyond. He needs more farms than that. He's got Trebs. He's got Cavalier raiding. So Blue's reacting there. And Blue doesn't notice the middle because he's being raided. Castle down. All right. Siege Onagers, though, are going to push that back. And SO is no joke. Dark Elf still no gold in the middle. And Light Cav with Armenians isn't necessarily the strongest unit. But you could still snipe the siege. Teutonic Knight would be somewhat good, I think, for Blue. Until Composite Bowmen are in the mix. But look at Dark Elf spam. Oh my god! What's happening? Look at him spam and just drop a castle here. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? He's just come out of nowhere. What? He's got gold now. All right. And, I mean, he's got so many production buildings queuing. Blue's in a full panic. Blue is no gold now. And is going to have to go for skirms. Wow. And now it's over. Because Blue has no gold. And Dark Elf has 100 army. And Blue probably can't believe it. And I can't really believe it either. Oh, man. Blue does have Elite Teutonic Knight. But I think Composite Bowman Halb should be pretty good against that. Because you shred the armor, and then Halbs kill the Paladins. It's wild spam, dude. He can really produce. Yeah, and Blue's completely out of gold. That's nuts. How on earth did he do this? Like, Blue definitely underestimated his opponent. He's probably... Yeah, Blue resigns, no GG. Classic. I would imagine that Blue is not used to players who produce like that, right? Because I will maintain that I think even though Dark Elf's base is quirky and silly and cute, his production's nuts, right? His Vill production's nuts. He still somehow had more Vills in this game. His military production's nuts. The problem is it takes him time to get going, right? In all fairness, by the way, Blue could have called GG right after he resigned. This is a recorded game, so it might not have shown. But yeah, Dark Elf knows how to keep going. Now, I did download that knowing that was a Dark Elf win. There's probably Dark Elf losses where people don't throw from that position. I mean, there's obviously plenty of Dark Elf losses because he's 800 elo. But that's still impressive, dude. He's so good. He's so freaking good, dude. And the base, like, He doesn't compromise on his base looking nice, you know? I guess here he did farm out here, which is a bit, maybe could be considered a bit of a compromise, but